Well, hey everybody, it's Kev Bo Jones here with another episode of the wonderful world of baseball cards. Just thought I'd do a quick video today featuring a few recent pickups I picked up at our local card shop here in Albuquerque today. I was out and about and just decided to stop in, and then a couple of cards that showed up in the mail. It's going to be a little junk wax heaven and some random stuff here, nothing too earth shattering, but I love my 80s junk wax, and there's certain players I'm drawn to. And I, of course, love the vintage stuff most of all, but I was just looking through some boxes of cards from this year and found a few. And so I picked up a few of these just kind of from the local card shop. So the first one, just a 2019 Topps Heritage CC Sabathia. I love this card. I love CC. If you watched my video yesterday, you saw I loved that run that he had with the Brewers back in 2008. And I saw this card. I mean, it was like a quarter. So, you got to get it. It's a beautiful picture. CC in the twilight of his career. Iconic pose. This card really fits in well, I feel like, with the spirit of the 1970 Topps set. So it was a no-brainer to grab this one. I was looking through some other stuff, and I saw this Keston Hiura here. Of course, you saw I'm a big fan of his as well. This is in the 1958 style, which I think works the best for this year's Topps Archives. And it's his rookie, and I'm a big Hiura guy. I think of all the rookies that are coming out this year, Alonso, Vladdy Jr., Tatis, who I think Tatis is going to be awesome, and Keston Hiura. To me, those are like the big four. I think Keston Hiura is going to be a monster. Most of you probably haven't seen any of his highlights because he plays for the Brewers. But man, he has got a swing like Ichiro, and he's got pop. And he's super young, and he's clutch. His only downside is he's a little rocky with his glove at second base. That's his one strike, I think, in my book. But man, he has got some pop. Hits to all parts of the field, and has come up big for the Brewers in some big games. He's getting ready to come off the DL. So I'm just grabbing his stuff more for PC. And I think the 58s in this archive set from this year look really great. If you watched my archives video, box opening from a few weeks back, you'll know I was looking for this Bo Jackson. And this is awesome. I saw this in the case. I was going to just grab one on eBay because I wanted it. And then I saw it sitting in the case. I got it for $1. And this just is perfect. This looks like an outtake picture for Bo from maybe one of his first shoots, because this looks a lot like the 1986 Topps traded card for Bo, at least from a pose standpoint, except of course he's not smiling. But this card is just freaking awesome. And I'm actually considering, it sounds kind of silly, I'm actually considering possibly sending this one in to be graded. I got to check the centering, but this card is just so cool. And it really, I think, being on this 58 design, it's awesome. And I think it's the best card out of this year's archive set. Another kind of just goofy one that I saw when I was digging through this huge box of 2019 was this just a Topps Chrome Ronald Acuna. Again, it was, you pull this out of a pack, you're pretty happy, but you might have to pay like $5, to maybe get one. So I was just scrolling through, I saw one, I was like, I'm going to grab it. It's like, about the equivalent of buying like a soda or something. So I'm big on Acuna, and I don't know. I like the card. I like the Rookie Gold Cup. And then last but not least, when I was going through this big box of stuff from this year, I grabbed this Juan Soto Future Stars card. Juan Soto, I think, is going to be a huge superstar. I don't know why he's not more popular than he is. If you look at his numbers recently, I mean, he's knocking the cover off the ball this year. And last year, very similar numbers. And he doesn't strike out a lot. He gets on base. I think he's leading the National League in walks. So he's only 20. I kind of gave my Juan Soto pitch yesterday in the video, but I'm just a big fan of his. I don't want to say that I'm speculating because I just like him as a player. But when I see some of his stuff for, again, like $1, I'm going to grab it. Because, again, if you're pulling this out of a pack, you're paying $5 and you may or may not get it. And then you get a bunch of other, like, Ryan O'Hearns or, John Wathens or Cedric Mullins or guys like that. So grab that one. Now it's time for a little junk wax fun. So I had picked up all these cards and a few others that I'm going to show you. And all of a sudden, the guy Jordan at our local card shop pulls out this huge box of what I basically called 80s junk wax porn. And so I was looking through. I picked out a few. These cards are pretty goofy. And I've always loved oddball stuff, so I had to grab this oddball Bo Jackson 2020 from Ames. I think Ames might be either a gas station or a grocery store. It is a Topps issued card. I'd never seen it before, but I love Bo Jackson. And so I thought I'd grab this card. I'm not even sure what year it's from. Let me see if I can figure that out. 19, what is that? 1991, does that say? I don't know. It's great though. 1989. So, yeah, just when you see something like that, why not get it? Good oddball card. Another oddball here, this Junior. I think this is from 90. This is post-serial. Love the big goofy hat with no logo. Although somehow they managed to put Seattle Mariners on there, so I don't know how they did this, but it's a little dinged up, but it's just a weird oddball card that I'd never seen before, and it was Junior, and I was like, yeah, what the heck. This junk wax box was super fun. More junk wax. I picked up this 1984 Fleer Tony Gwynn. This one actually was not in that box that I got those other ones from. I have had my eye on this one, and like I said, I've been trying to get a lot of this junk wax stuff from the 80s. I just like it, and I never had any of these 84 Fleer cards as a kid. So when I see them in really good condition of the Hall of Famers and Superstars of the Day, I just grab them because they're so ridiculously cheap. And you see people paying all these money for breaks to open up vintage product in the hopes of maybe getting something like this. And I mean, this card is perfect. I mean, it's really nice, and you're paying pennies on the dollar for this. So, a big shout out to our local card shop here in Albuquerque for this, because this is just a great card. I've had my eye on it. I put it away a few times. It was still there today. I was like, heck, for the cost of a cheeseburger, what the heck, I'll get this card. This one is a funny story. So this one was in this goofy screw down case. In fact, I'm going to show you this silly case. Kind of shows you how long this card was in here. This Dwight Gooden was in this wild, old school kind of screw down case. And I love this card. The one that I have in my personal collection is a little dinged up. Just because I handled it, of course, a lot when I was a kid. I saw this. I didn't even know how much it was worth. And, it shows you kind of the state. But this is a Gooden rookie, and it's super sharp. $2. I was like, really? Only $2? I guess that's what the Beckett price is, but man, this was such an iconic 80s card. I know everybody's looking for his 84 Fleer traded or Topps traded, but Like this, I don't know, man. This is like the 80s. To me, this card is the 1980s, this Dwight Gooden right here. Everybody wanted this card, right up there with the Mattingly, so, and the Canseco, I guess, but the Donruss Canseco, but man, what a card. And then this one I did grab just as a kind of a hang on to, the Billy Ripken Naughty Word card. I paid a little more for this one, but I'm going to actually put this together with a black scribble that I have and a black box that I have, and sell all three of these probably as a lot on eBay. But this card, I've got a couple of these in my childhood collection of these Billy Ripkens from, I think this is 89 Fleer. I get all the Fleer sets mixed up, but I don't know. I may just hang on to it too. And it's like a rainy day card. This card I think is always gonna be a bit of a cultural icon. So I grabbed that Billy Ripken. I also got a couple of cards in the mail today, and I thought they kind of went with what I what I kind of picked up today. So I actually forgot that I got these, but I got this 2018 Topps Heritage high number. I think this is a high number. Juan Soto rookie. Again in a PSA 10. Again, I don't know why I never hear his name mentioned. There's like no excitement around this guy, but he is really, really a solid ball player. Speed, power, gets walks, gets on base, hits for average, like just a good player. And again, he's so young. So I picked this up. It was pretty cheap. Relatively speaking, and I think it looks really sharp with this 1969 Topps design. So I thought I would just grab one now. I guess this might be a little speculating on my part, but this is a great card. And Juan Soto, barring some kind of catastrophe, is, I think, going to have a Hall of Fame career. And then the next guy that I got, this is the other one. This is a modern one too, Goofy. Another like overlooked, underappreciated, probably the most boring player in Major League Baseball. But man, the guy puts up great numbers every year, and he's leading the National League in RBIs this year, and that's Freddie Freeman. I picked up this Freddie Freeman rookie from 2011 Topps, which at this point, 2011 Topps is, holy cow. I mean, gold. You got Altuve, you got, of course, Trout, you got Freddie Freeman. There's a bunch of other guys from that set that were rookies that year. I think 2018-19 is going to be similar. But Freddie Freeman, I mean, this guy is like the most underrated guy in baseball, and I feel like he's highly undervalued. And when he leaves the Braves and goes and plays for the Yankees or Red Sox or something eventually, if he decides to do that, I think he might be like Chipper and stay with the Braves his whole career. But man, this guy, like, he puts up the same numbers every year. I guess maybe that's why he's so boring. But maybe if the Braves, when they make the playoffs this year, and maybe if they do well, he'll get a little more credit. So anyway, that was just kind of a recap of some of the goofy stuff that I got. My favorites are probably the CC here, which is pretty fun. The Doc, just for the story about how the mighty have fallen. And then these ridiculous, this Ames card, which is just, I don't know. And then the Goofy Junior on top of it too. Just some goofy stuff. But isn't that that's why we collect, right? You know, we collect for the fun and the memories and the nostalgia and the thrill of maybe picking up something we've never seen. So everybody keep collecting what you love, and I'll be back later this week with another video. Take care.